Hello and welcome to Evolution Now. I'm your host, Flora White, and I am so excited to launch this new show where we're going to talk to a variety of professionals and people across industries, from politics to entertainment to business and beyond. We're going to hear what gets them up in the morning and what tips, tricks, hacks, and mindset shifts they're implementing to find success in their respective fields. Valon, thank you for joining us today on Evolution Now. It is my pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you, Flora, for having me, and congratulations on Evolution Now.
Thank you. So I want to start by saying how we know each other. You and I met because, do you want to tell the story?
Sure, absolutely. A good friend of mine, Ed Hamill, who lives in the area here in Greenberg, one day contacted me and said, town of Greenberg is looking to found or create a Chamber of Commerce. And he said, are you willing to volunteer? I said, absolutely, yes. I love Greenberg. I do a lot for the community in Greenberg anyway, so I'd love to get involved. We met Paul Feiner. We discussed the ideas, the plan, and then the first meeting I met you, and the rest is history. We're great friends now.
That's right. The rest is history.
We are two of the founders of the Greenberg Chamber of Commerce, which I hear they're doing very well now.
Absolutely. So it's exciting to see them take off and put Greenberg even more on the map.
Absolutely.
And you're a Westchester resident. Where are you based?
I live in Tuckahoe. I moved in America, or I'm a war refugee, came to America in 1999 from Kosovo. First destination was Brooklyn. Then after a couple of years, I moved to the Bronx. Lived in the Bronx till 2007. And since 2019, I'm in Tuckahoe, where I live with my beautiful wife, Yosa, who is a New York City public school teacher, and two boys, Ron and John, in Tuckahoe. And my office is in Bronxville. But I'm very involved in New York City and Lower Westchester, mainly in real estate and giving back to community as well.
Absolutely, and I want to get into all of that. And you were also a soccer coach on the weekends. Our boys are the same age. Sebastian and River, Ron and John.
Yes, I love soccer. I played in college. I played back home. I play here. I still play. And my kids love soccer, and I coach them whenever I can, evenings, weekends. And I know you have two boys as well, which also they love soccer. So our kids play together from time to time, and I love coaching them.
Yeah, we need to get another game on soon.
For sure, soon.
Yeah.
So some scrimmage, they've been asking, actually.
Let's do it. And in between all of your other activities, so you're in leadership roles in several different capacities in Westchester, from multiple chambers of commerce, Bronxville, Eastchester, Tuckahoe, Greenberg, River towns, to the Rotary Club, where you hold a leadership position in Bronxville. What are some of the other organizations you're involved with?
You are right. I'm a board member of Bronxville Rotary Club. I recently was elected treasury for the foundation, Bronxville Rotary Club Foundation. I'm a board member for many years now of Bronxville Chamber of Commerce, Eastchester Tuckahoe Chamber of Commerce, Mount Vernon Chamber of Commerce. I'm a member of Tuckahoe Comprehensive Plan Committee, and also recently just became a member of Mount Vernon Economic Development Task Force. I'm a member of many other Chamber of Commerces. I love being involved. I love helping. I love being connected. I love relationship. And while we make money and help people in real estate, in my business, I love being involved with other businesses and helping each other. And that's how we become bigger and better.
Absolutely. You came here from Albania in 1999?
Yes. Actually, I'm Albanian from Kosovo. 1999, the war started in Kosovo. We're forced to leave the country, just like many other people in Kosovo lost everything. My family and I lost everything. Our house was burned down, lost friends, lost family members. We came to this beautiful country in 1999. First, we came with my family. They went back after the war, and I stay here with myself. I stay here alone. A couple of years later, I met my wife. We built a family that we have together with my wife today.
Fast forward to many years later and many evolutions later, if you will, of work and life. So many years later, you're here where you've helped your clients, your family and friends, your community find their homes. Do it in a way that is really unique, that I've never seen before, where you really take a customized approach with everybody that you work with. You go above and beyond. You go out of pocket to fix properties for buyers and sellers before people move in, or before they're selling, to make the time to sale faster and sell the property for more.
Yes, what I wanted to say there as well, we came here in 1999, and America opened the doors for us, for my family and I, which I am eternally thankful and grateful for that. And when I came here, coming from a country where everything is rejected just because you are a different nationality, you cannot learn in Albanian, you cannot own a property, you cannot get a mortgage in your name just because you're different nationality. So coming here and seeing everything in my fingertips, I'm like, this is the place to be, and this is the place to achieve your dreams. And we're very happy and glad to be in this country where everything is achievable. Every dream is, you can accomplish any dream without any limits. And that can happen only in the United States of America. I started a real estate firm in 2011 with my brother, who went back home to live with his family. We're still involved and connected in the same company, but with New York Realty, we wanted to do something different, think outside of the box, giving back while we helping people buy their dream homes and helping people sell their properties. And yes, what we do is something unique. We always think outside the box.
Let me ask you, so coming here and being able to start your own business, being an entrepreneur, a lot of people are find that daunting. They think to themselves, I could never do that. Starting a business is so hard. That's why the failure rate is so high. For you, you've already faced so much adversity. You're one of the hardest working people I know, and it seems like it comes easy, but really there's a lot of work behind the scenes. There's a lot of relationship building, a lot of community, giving back to the community, fostering relationships. How do you do it?
I think like when you leave everything back home, when everything is burned down, and you come to a country that you don't know anyone, you have no friends, you have no family, you are already an entrepreneur. That's it's in you already, because you come in, you're starting from scratch and everything. Building the family, building the home, you're building the business, you're creating friendship. So you're already an entrepreneur, and that you take from there. But I do tell people all the time, especially the younger generation, that go for it, don't be afraid. Everything is achievable, everything is doable. You're living in the best country in the world. What actually upsets me sometimes when I hear people and younger ones.
Let me ask you the question. So what are some things that frustrate you that you hear coming from so much adversity and having to make it happen, which is your catchphrase that you say all the time. You've gotten me saying it.
So what I hear from people every day, right? Oh, this is not possible. That is not possible. I don't think this is doable. I mean, I don't want to say I hate hearing that, but because it's a strong word, but I don't like hearing that, because everything is doable. Everything is possible. So just like go and make it happen.
So you don't take no for an answer?
No for an answer, because I've been through everything myself, and I know that everything is possible. You just have to know how to make it happen. But everything you can do. And we need to teach our kids and younger generations that there is no limit. And we don't want to hear, as soon as you ask a question, so can you do this? I don't think that's doable. I don't think that's possible. And sometimes you hear from people who never tried that.
Right, you don't know if you don't try.
Exactly. How do you know to try? And go make mistakes, right?
Right. You don't get if you don't ask.
Correct.
What are some things you do to keep yourself balanced, or that you find really help your mindset, or that keep you going as an entrepreneur?
Well, when we think in the daily basis what's happening around the world and what's happening here in America too, and you think like you're blessed, you're happy, you're healthy, you have great family, you have a home to live, you have, of course, a roof over you, you have food, you can feed your family, and everything else is a joke. Like when I call my clients on a daily basis, hey, how are you? I'm so. How about you, Valon? I'm amazing. It's like,
You're always amazing.
Amazing. I wish I was amazing too. I said, you are amazing. What happened to you? Tell me why you're so. Are you happy? I mean, are you healthy? Are you sick? Is anybody sick? Anybody died? oh, no, no. I said, just think about what's happening around the world. People are going through wars as we speak. People cannot feed their kids as we speak. People are dying as we speak. People are unhealthy. They're in hospitals. And you are in your office or at your home watching TV,
Drinking a Starbucks.
drinking Starbucks, and you're getting upset because your Starbucks coffee is 1 minute or 2 minutes late. Think what's going around the world, how blessed you are to be in America. And what aggravates me, actually, not even upsets me, when I hear from some people saying that, oh, this country this country that, and even like, oh, I hate this country. To those people, I always say, you have not traveled a lot. Go travel, see what's there, and then come see that you are blessed to live in this country.
Albanians are known for their hospitality. In my experience, they're some of the most hospitable, generous people I know. Are there certain traditions or etiquette even that you would like your children to keep as they grow up here in Tuckahoe?
Absolutely. Hospitality, Albanian hospitality, or what we call mikpritja, is in our DNA.
Mikpritja?
Mikpritja, yeah. It's in our DNA, it's in our culture. It means to me that to show love or to make love visible for our friends, for our family, for our kids, and to show love as much as possible. And like our Saint Teresa teaches us, or when she says that if you want to make peace around the world or in the world, go love your family.
Because Mother Teresa is Albanian, for those who don't know.
Absolutely. Mother Teresa, Saint Teresa now, she's Albanian, born and raised in Albania, and then she moved in Calcutta. But this is something that I like to also raise my kids with, like mikpritja or Albanian hospitality, because that's very, very important. Showing love and making love visible.
Tell us about when you were walking to school as a kid. What's one of the ways that you show care and consideration in your community, even just walking down the street?
Well, growing up, we were taught, like, whenever you see an older person working or walking. Growing up in my elementary school, we used to walk a mile to the school and from school home. So every time we see an older person in the street walking or working, we would say hello and how are you and have a nice day. So, and I don't see that often here anymore. It's probably just either we're busy teaching our kids some fundamental things, or maybe just the way we live here now because we're busy doing things. But I think that's something that we should continue to teaching our kids.
It's common courtesy. I try to do it. The older generation has so much to teach us. You know, it would be, I think, crazy to just walk down the street and ignore a person who's been here decades longer than I have and not even acknowledge them on the sidewalk. I mean, they've gone through so much more than any of us could ever imagine.
I understand, like, teaching the kids that you cannot talk to strangers, right? But specifically, at least the neighbors that we know and say hello all the time, make sure that they do say hello, they say how are you. When guests, one of the Albanian traditional cultures, like when guests come in, you stand up, shake your hand, look at the person in the eye, say how are you. I grew up like my father would be in the backyard or my mother would be in the kitchen, but every time they would walk in the living room, we just stand up or move out of the seat a little bit just to show respect. Now we live in a different world. But I try to teach kids, we try to teach kids, my wife and I, that as well, like have respect. Little things like shaking hands, look in the eye, standing, just moving out of your seat when your parents walk in, go a long way, and we should keep that going.
And as a public school teacher, is Vjosa big on respect too?
She's huge in respect, absolutely. She grew up here, she came here when she was 2, but she's absolutely, because she grew up here in Albanian family with Albanian traditions, but she's huge in respect.
All of these mindsets, values, the focus on home, family, and community, it's obvious to me that they've translated to Link New York Realty. It's a brokerage that is so special in the way that it treats its community, its clients. It's really a community of people. You throw parties, you have events, you do seminars, and you do this all for free. Why do you do all of these events for free, and what is it that you're building? Tell us.
Just to go back to what you just said, like family and growing up, I grew up being around people. I grew up having a big family. Relationship is very important for me. The DNA that's in me about relationship and people and being involved and being engaged, I brought that to Link New York Realty as well. So for Link New York Realty, relationship is everything. In fact, even though we sell and buy for clients real estate, what we really do is build relationships that last forever. And when I throw parties and events and seminars and webinars and everything is for free, it's great to see that we give back to our clients, because that always comes back anyway. A relationship that you build today that lasts forever, that's more than selling a building, more than selling 10 buildings. Because every deal that we work on, we don't see it as a transaction. We see it as a relationship, and that can go a long way.
Well, you have a bird's eye view of how all of this works. Coming from Albania to the United States, you work, you buy and sell buildings in Manhattan, Connecticut, Westchester. You're working on properties that are multi-million-dollar, if I may say. I have a sense of the scope of work that you do, and it's quite impressive. You're being humble. Your business makes a big impact on the area. You do millions and millions of dollars of deals annually. I know that because I've gotten to do some of your marketing. And, what does it mean to you to have such a big impact on the area, to work with building owners, landlords? You're not just selling houses in Westchester. You're shaping the landscape from Manhattan to Connecticut and Westchester and everywhere in between. You're working on multifamily homes, buildings, investment properties, commercial real estate. Tell me, what's your favorite, and what does it feel like to be shaping the landscape of the place we live?
Thank you. I love that. And you're right. We have sold so far as a Lincoln York Realty billions in real estate. We do help people sell, buy, lease. We, as a team, we do help a person renting a $2,000 or $1,500 rent, and we help someone selling $15 million building. So being involved with these clients and learning from them and learning from me, it's amazing to me. And I think I bring value by not only with my expertise, but also like when we meet and always thinking outside of the box, like how can we make Westchester better? How can we make New York City better? Just like by not only selling real estate, but how can we change things around with either if it's planning or zoning or building department, not only go sell the property and go home and sleep, but also how can we do better next one? How can we make better next year? So this way, we make Westchester, America, and the world a better place we found.
With that, you work with elected officials. You've partnered with now Congressman George Latimer, County Executive Ken Jenkins, who was on the show last week. You're going to be working on an event with Mike Lawler coming up. Tell me a little bit about that. You don't pick a team. You're working with everyone.
I do, and I respect that. Working with government and representatives always from day one came or grew organically because of my deep involvement I have in the community and engagement in the community. Our representatives respect that, they see that, and I respect them as well. It's always great to see government and representatives who listen to their constituents, and I do respect that, and I always try to amplify that to other constituents in the community as well. We do work with local and federal governments into different events to make the community better so they can hear from them, they can be more attached and close to them, and I do respect them.
And you're the founder, Valon, of the Albanian American Club of Westchester. Why did you decide to found that club, and what has it meant to all of the Albanians, which is a growing and significant population in Westchester?
Absolutely. The idea came organically many years ago. Then I sat down with a couple of friends, Albanian Americans in Westchester County, and I shared the idea. They accepted it and they said, let's do it. We got together. Yes, I'm the founder with a couple of other people, the first president as well. Now I'm a board member. And the idea came, how can we make the Albanian Americans, while being more involved and engaged in the community we live in? Because right now there are about 15 to 20,000 Albanians in Westchester County. They are doctors, they are teachers, they are business owners. There are about 1,500 businesses owned or operated by Albanians in Westchester County as we speak.
So creating jobs for locals, giving back to the economy.
Creating jobs for locals, giving
economy.
back to the economy while we are connected. And we just founded the Albanian Culture Club for the kids. We're pushing also projects for the youth and women. As I said, there are close to 20,000 Albanians in Westchester County doing different things, doctors, teachers, business owners, politicians. And the idea is like to get more involved in the community, give back to the community, register to vote more so our voice can be heard. And that is been going very well so far, and we have amazing projects coming up. To all Albanian Americans, I call them to be more involved and engaged. That's how our voice is heard. And it's so great to be in a vibrant community like Westchester County, where you have hundreds of different nationalities, languages, cultures. And talking about the cultures too, just to add something what we said earlier, is like, yes, I grew up in Albanian culture, but again, coming and living in America, you learn also from different cultures here. Things that are outdated, you just leave on the side. Things that you find here, you keep them and you build them to your family.
So you're creating a new culture, infusing American values and Albanian values together to meet you where you are today.
Absolutely. That's the goal. And we can do it. There are so many great people out there in Westchester County and New York and United States, but specifically Westchester County. There's so many people out there who want to be involved and engaged. Albanian American Club is one of the organizations that I'm heavily involved with, and we're doing great things there.
That's wonderful. Now, what is one delicious Albanian food that everyone in Westchester here needs to try?
It's burek, which is a lot of dough.
I've had it.
It can be
so
cheese,
good.
spinach, or meat. I highly recommend it. May not be that healthy, but
It's so
it's
good.
good. It's good to have it once in a while. I love it.
It's like a flaky croissant dough, right? But it's a
right.
little less flaky, but it's like thinner crust, and it has, like you said, cheese, meat,
Absolutely.
spinach.
And you have some great restaurants in Arthur Avenue, but now there are a lot of them in Westchester as well. So you don't have to go travel all the way to the Bronx.
Val, what is something about Albanian culture that you wish more neighbors and friends in Westchester knew?
I wish more people could know about the Albanian resilient culture. We have been through centuries, through so many wars, occupation, and then political transition. That's something that makes us unique. It makes us who we are today.
Do you think it gives you a perspective not to sweat the small stuff, just to really enjoy life? I find that, it's a joyful culture. It's a culture that really appreciates and understands what we have.
Absolutely. It's a joy being through that for centuries and being through challenges and occupations and political transitions. It makes you believe and makes you think that little things, don't even pay attention to it. Just enjoy life and love your family more.
And make it happen. And I want to know, and I'm sure the people do too, you seem to be in 10 different places at once all the time. You're out there, you're meeting people, you're throwing parties, you're working, you're with your family. How do you keep it all going? What do you eat for breakfast?
If you love what you do, it's not really work, right? And especially if you do things like you love, they become privilege. You're privileged doing them. Breakfast starts, or the morning starts, like making breakfast for my wife and my kids, taking them to the bus, then going to the office. The busy day starts. Evenings are usually for the community, projects from the community, events for the community. Nighttime, of course, I'm always to put kids to sleep, to bed, eating dinner, of course, together, and then do some reading, hanging out with my wife, chilling with my wife, watching a movie or reading and whatnot. But yeah, if you love what you do, you can find time for everything.
What do you think is something all entrepreneurs need to know or need to be warned of, need to keep in mind when they're about to embark on an entrepreneurial journey?
If you love what you're doing, now you want to move in your own and you be an entrepreneur, don't be afraid. Do it. If you make mistake once, if you fail once, do it again and do it again if you love what you do. Don't listen to anybody. If they tell you cannot do it, or yes, be careful here, be careful. Yes, we have to be careful. But if you believe in yourself and if you love what you do and you're good at it, just go ahead and make it happen.
Make it happen. All right. Well, thank you, Valon, for having me on the show. And we've been friends now for about 4 years, and I look forward to continuing our friendship. And are you going to come back and see me again?
Of course.
All right.
We
Excellent.
see each other often.
Yep.
And I appreciate what you do for community. Congratulations on your show.
Thank you.
And make it happen.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you like what you saw, we're going to be here every single week with a new guest, having candid conversations, getting great new insights. So who should I talk to next? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time on Evolution Now.